So we're here on our second episode of Spicy Science Spotlight, and our guest today is Bev Miller from the Chemical Engineering Department here at UVA. Bev is a second-year grad student in Stephen Caliari's lab, and we're really happy to have her here, and really excited to have her go through the gauntlet of wings.
And I do not do spicy, so this will be an adventure for all of us
today.
today.
I think this is going to be entertaining, and we have 8 wings this time, so it's going to be short and sweet. But that also means we're going to get to the spicy stuff faster.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It's going to ramp up real quick. So our first sauce is actually original Anchor Bar buffalo wing sauce. My first question for you. You're from Portland.
Yes.
And I'm sure you're familiar with all the Portland stereotypes and the Keep Portland Weird slogan.
Well, I've never watched Portlandia, don't make me do it. I won't.
So, how do you feel about these stereotypes, and what are your thoughts on it?
So, Keep Portland Weird is definitely so very true. I still love going back to visit. I love seeing my parents. I also love Charlottesville, but there's definitely some feeds I follow still back from Oregon, and they also freak out about snow and the racist constant, but I think my favorite thing about Keep Portland Weird is there's someone who dresses up in a Darth Vader helmet and rides a unicycle playing an accordion around the city, and it's just so great. I'm just that it embodies the city in and of itself. And you just feel at home. You just I'm weird, they're weird, we're just all gonna just dive in our weirdness.
It's gonna be weird together.
Exactly.
A little follow-up question. I've heard a lot of dissenting opinions on voodoo donuts.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
So voodoo is good, but I really like Blue Star Donuts better, which is also Portland. Blue Star Donuts. There's this bourbon basil blueberry one, which melts my soul. Just because you bite it and it's the best part of my day is that bite. Because voodoo is also good. They were the original bacon maple bar, which I love maple bars. So I do have a special place for voodoo donuts, but yeah. It is worth going to if you are in Portland.
Yeah.
I will say. Regardless. It's worth the wait.
I'll keep that in mind next time.
Yeah. Yes. It's a very food-centric city in general, though, so really you can't go wrong no matter where you are. Oh, but food carts. Go to food carts.
Okay, moving on to question 2. First, we're going to introduce our second hot sauce, which is Louisiana's Pure Crystal Hot Sauce. And so let's give this a shot.
That's also good, though.
Yeah, not too bad. We're not quite at the pain stage yet.
No.
You're a very accomplished softball pitcher. So.
Thank you. Yeah.
How did you first get into it, and how has it kind of affected your whole life?
Yeah, so as any younger sibling does, I definitely wanted to be like my older sister, Anna, who's my middle sister. So I have 4 siblings, so there's a lot of us. But I was sharing a room with my middle sister, and she was getting into softball, playing t-ball, and doing other stuff, and I was like, I want to be like her. And so I started playing softball also, and then she started pitching, and so I was like, I'll be a pitcher. So it kind of just escalated there, and then of course did other really annoying sisterly things stole her clothes, and sorry Anna, love you, yeah. But, so that's kind of how it started, but then it ended up being just a really good thing in my life, all the way through high school, and then even into college, and so it's definitely been a lot of work. It was a lot of work to pitch and play and kind of keep up with engineering and softball and everything, but it's definitely been one of the better things of my life that I've chosen to do and then stick with, because there's always times no matter what you're doing that you're just I'm so burnt out, I've done this for so long, but it's just not for me. I got to that point my senior year of high school, and I was just I'm so burnt out, I'm not going to play in college, and then took some time off, and I was no, I do want to play in college kind of thing, and I'm really glad I did, because I've just made so many friends throughout the sport throughout the years, and it just has taught me better balance, even coming into grad school now too, it's granted I have to force myself to work out and do things on a schedule, which beforehand it was done for me, which was really nice, but it kind of just helps you realize there's games and good things and deadlines and moments that you need to be at your best, but sometimes you fail. Right. And sometimes it just doesn't work out, but then you just keep going. And you like go to the next game, you go to the next tournament, and you go to the next assignment, like whatever it ends up being. And
so I guess that kind of fits in with your graduate student studies.
Yeah.
Right? Learning how to deal with failure, which we deal with on a very
regular basis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to question 3 and wing sauce number 3.
Yes.
Here we got the good old Frank's Red Hot original. Can never go wrong with this, so let's give it a shot. Perfect. Yeah.
I'm gonna try a lot of hot sauces today that I've never ventured into.
Exactly. We're gonna probably become a hot sauce connoisseur.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna die with it, but it's fine.
So my third question for you is not only are you great at softball, but you can also salsa and bachata really well.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, how did you first get into it?
Yeah, so in undergrad, a lot of my friends did swing dance, so not salsa or bachata, but swing dancing, and it was like a huge culture at Oregon State University that like, there's people that did like swing dance classes and swing dance like socials, and it was a huge thing, but I never really got into it, but like I like to dance in general. And so instead I would go to our Western Wednesdays, that was at a bar, just a little bit away from the university. Like it was downtown, but Oregon State in Corvallis does not have a downtown, so it's fine. But they had Western Wednesdays, which was line dancing, and so I got to line dance every Wednesday. It was like a perfect like midweek, like just like dance, like de-stress, learn some line dances, like DD for my friends on the way home. Like we're doing great, kind of thing. But then I got to here, and I was like, oh, I'm moving to like the South. There should be line dancing around. Needless to say, Charlottesville does not have line dancing. Still, like, breaks my heart. But then I found bachata and salsa happening Wednesdays and Sundays, and I was like, I like to dance. I'll learn. Yeah, like anything to dance. Like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll try. And so I started going with some of my friends, and like, was terrible at first. And I was like, 4 count feet. Okay, yes, great. Okay, cool. And I'm just like kept going, and it's like, yeah, it's become one of my favorite things about midweek. Is just like Wednesday nights, like I'm going to bachata, like I need like the de-stress from lab and just like dance out all my frustrations kind of thing.
Right. Did you just kind of like learn it on your own, or did you take the classes that they had?
Yeah, no, I definitely took the class of that. I also tried to get into like the UVA salsa club a little bit, but then like it didn't work out with my time really. But then also some of my other friends had been living here in Charlottesville for a while already, and they knew and had been going to salsa and bachata for a while, so they ended up teaching me a lot also. So aside from like the lessons with the bachata nights and everything, my friends were like, no, like this is what I mean, and I was like, okay, because I was like, I don't know what you're trying to lead me to do. So they're like, no, like I'll teach you. And I was like, okay. So yeah, so it was like a group effort for sure.
All right, so we've arrived to wing number 4.
Yep.
The good old sriracha hot sauce, the cock sauce. So let's just dig into this. I think we all know what to expect from this.
Yes.
Yep,
Always good.
always. So, my question for you is, a lot of your family are engineers, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how that played an impact in you deciding to also pursue engineering.
Well, so funny enough, I came into college actually as a pre-nursing major because I did some coursework in high school, like a health careers program, if you will, and like did rotations in like labor and delivery nursing, and also shadowed some like medical imaging and physical therapist. So like I was like very set on doing something like hands-on medical field, where they could be doctor, nurse practitioner, that one of those type of fields. Even though my dad is a civil engineer, growing up was like, oh, you'd be a great engineer, and I was like, nah, Dad, nah, like not for me. Like I love math, but like I love science more, and I think that like anatomy and physiology was like where I like was like, this is my thing, kind of thing, and I was like so determined that I was gonna go to like nursing school, become a nurse practitioner, and then kind of like take my career from there. Because I also like love helping people, and I was like, oh, I get to help people every day, and like to interact with people every day, and like I'm so excited. And then like I had friends in college, and then like had done well in math in high school, and like done like a lot of other things. And my oldest sister is actually a chemical engineer also, and so they were kind of like, I think like you know, you can still do math. Like if you want like more of a challenge or like just something different, like you could. And so I finally, my sophomore year of college of undergrad, I was like, yeah, like I think I want to be the one like actually like making the medical devices and not like the one using them. And so then, like, not an easy switch, but I switched from pre-nursing into engineering, and like, oh god, that was probably one of the hardest terms of school of my life. Like the first two actually, because we were on quarters in Oregon State, so it was like fall and then winter and then spring terms, whatever. But like, oh, that was rough. But yeah, like ultimately it was like, yeah, I had my dad always telling me growing up, like, you could be an engineer, like you could do these things, and I was like, ah. He was a civil though, so I was like, always saw his like civil engineering examples, like you could build bridges, and like you could be like the one designing this like water management dam, and like are very important things. And I was like, ooh, no, like I like anatomy, I like biology, like I want to work with like living cells and stuff. And my dad was like, you crazy. He's like, I support you, but like, oh, kind of thing. Which is how I ended up then in bioengineering at Oregon State, because I was like, I want to do things that are relevant to anatomy and physiology and biology, because those were the classes that were like my nerd out. Like I would just sit there and read the textbook and be like, oh, kind of thing. And I was like, people think I'm crazy. Like, I mean, they're not wrong. I will say they're really not wrong. But yeah, so it was just kind of one of those like epiphanies that I was just like, yo, like I actually could. And it wasn't even like something that was on my radar before, because I kind of only knew a certain thing about engineering, which is why like now I'm like, I have to do outreach. I have to tell other people like there's multiple kinds of engineering, so if like one doesn't fit for you, there's like so many others. Like there's such a big spectrum of engineering that can fit kind of whatever people want to do if they feel like engineering could be for them, kind of thing. And so yeah, like in a weird way, kind of just like ended up working out, and now my dad's like, you're an engineer.
Gotcha, I knew it.
Yeah, he's like, got you, kind of thing. And yeah, so and then for my oldest sister and I, it's like really nice because I'm all like, my family will ask me like what I do, and so like my dad's a civil, and so he's like knows nothing about. Yeah, my younger brother then is also now a mechanical engineer. My uncle's mechanical. My grandpa was also a civil, and so like there's a lot of non-bio related engineers in the family, and I'm like, I do biology.
There you go.
Yeah. So like I have my own flair to the engineers in the family. So yeah, it's nice to have a support network.
Right. So you kind of get to be at the perfect intersection of life sciences and engineering.
Yes. Yeah.
But speaking of your bioengineering background at Oregon State,
yes,
I know that you know how to make Dippin' Dots.
I do. Yes.
From scratch.
They're not as flavorful as the actual Dippin' Dots, but you get to take some sodium alginate and calcium chloride, and then you mix them together because they instantly gel, which is actually really applicable to like my current graduate project, and it's really fun and entertaining because I'm like, I make squishy things, but it's like actually relevant kind of thing. So you like drop them in together, then they instantly gel, so they make like the Dippin' Dot bead size of things. And then like strain them out, so you like actually get the individual beads, and then you freeze them in liquid nitrogen, and you got your own Dippin' Dots, and they're really nice like that. They don't taste like much. I'm just like, but I made Dippin' Dots. That's I made them. They're mine.
You can put that on your CV now.
I know, like new entrepreneur in non-flavorful Dippin' Dots, I guess.
Okay, so I have 4 words for you: intersection of science and food.
It's 5.
It's okay. We're not trying to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a life sciences person.
Yeah.
Not precise.
No.
What's one more?
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. But yes, no, making the Dippin' Dots was super fun, and the professor that did that activity and everything, he still is like definitely a mentor to me still, and like he's the one that like whenever I'm doing like outreach things, I'm like, Skip, I need XYZ activity that we did in undergrad for this thing, and I've just been bringing all of them to UVA, and I'm like, we're gonna do these things because like children love science, and here's some fun science things. So it's really good.
All right, on to wing sauce number 5.
Yes, when I start to die. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're getting into the crazier stuff now. So we got horsetooth hot sauce, the green. Habanero, tomatillo, and serrano pepper sauce.
Yep. I'm just gonna lie to myself that it's also my way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it'll be fine.
Just trick your mind.
Yeah, it's all about the mental state, right?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Cheers.
Woo.
Building.
Yeah, I'm like not trying to be optimistic. I'm like, okay, it's not bad yet. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like in a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it now.
It does have nice flavor though. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
there it
tastes
is.
good.
Oh.
Yeah. Right?
Okay.
All right.
I'm feeling the heat building. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we're gonna start sweating soon.
Yeah.
All right. So can you tell us a little bit about your research here at UVA?
Yes. But basically what I'm doing is making a hydrogel, which is just like a water swollen like molecule, polymer to be specific, that is biocompatible. So things that we're doing if we want to put back in the body, because I'm working on like tissue engineering things, so ultimately trying to make basically a fancy goop that we can like inject into a person for like muscle regeneration or like tendon repair or just other kind of fibrous tissue types to kind of help with the repair process, because especially if there's like a more traumatic wound like ACL tears, or if there's like an accident where there's like a muscle loss, it's kind of like more of a mass and it is like kind of just like a cut, then sometimes the body like doesn't repair like the way it should, and so you get like scar tissue and then you like doesn't like function the way it should, and then it's like no bueno, bad news bears, you don't want that kind of thing. So what we're doing is we're working to make a gel that we can inject into that wound space to then really kind of re-jumpstart that repair process, because there's a certain part where the body's like, oh, scar tissue, nope, we're done, we're good. Like this is good enough to like live. When like, we want to be like, no, we want it to like keep regenerating and keep healing, so that way you actually gain like full function back, which is ideal for most people,
yeah.
kind of thing.
Right.
So that is, in short terms, what my project is. And so we're going through the material development process right now of trying to make sure we're like adding the right molecules onto this like backbone of a molecule for the actual material, and then making sure it's, you know, like biocompatible, and making sure that the muscle cells or the cells that we're using are actually forming the right structures and actually then reforming that tissue. So that way when we actually use it for our like in vivo models, we're like, yes, okay, cool. We have like good initial understanding of what this material is that we've made.
So am I kind of understanding this in the right way, in that this gel kind of serves as sort of like a scaffolding
Yes.
in a case of like a catastrophic tissue loss?
Yes, that's exactly right, yeah. And then we incorporate native cells into that scaffold initially also, so that way the body is infiltrating the material, but then also has some kind of cells to work with beforehand, so that way they can proliferate and migrate. But then also we include a degradable portion, like a cross-linker in there, so the scaffold is in and of itself robust and strong, and is the proper kind of like squishiness, essentially, that the body will recognize as native as much as we can. And then as the cells want to make new tissue and start actually regenerating that healthy new native muscle or tendon or whatever tissue it is, it will then break down the gel. So we want it to be completely gone when the regeneration happens. So we want it to be that there's no trace left behind, completely degradable, so that way there's no foreign anything left in the body.
Gotcha.
And so we're using a naturally derived type of polymer backbone for that, which hyaluronic acid in a lot of skincare products. So we're like, it works for other things, so it should work for this, and so we're making strides.
Yeah, sounds like it's very applicable to everything.
Yeah.
Like athletes, like skincare, anything like that.
Yeah, one of the big pushes that we've been looking at it for is also like combat wounds, and so when people have like traumatic injuries and that sort of thing, it's hopefully the first line of defense that then they can use to heal and repair and make up for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're doing some incredible work here.
Trying. Yes, I'm really excited to see where the project goes and then what the end result ends up being.
Right.
Yeah.
We're on to wing number 6 now.
Yep.
We're getting into the hotter stuff now.
Gonna get sweaty.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we have this special hot sauce, courtesy of our producer, Rolf Skyberg, all the way from Mexico, El Yucateco brand, extra picante, chili habanero sauce. And I'm really excited to try this out, so let's dig in.
All right. Okay. Oh.
Okay, yeah. I'm feeling it already.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
That's where the expert got to.
Uh-huh. Whew. Oh, that has no flavor though.
It tastes real fucking good.
Oh yeah, it has good flavor, but
So my question for you
Uh-huh.
is, you're a second year at UVA. What's your graduate student experience been like so far?
So, it's been good. It's just been very full. So, in my department in chemical engineering, we take our qualifying exam at the end of our first year. And so then we take all of our core classes the first year. And, wow, my mouth is on fire right now. Whew. We're doing great. So, that's just hectic. And so, all of our core classes, plus you're trying to prepare for your comprehensive exam. And prepare for that. For us, we do a presentation on our research and a paper, and so you're trying to like get results. So you have something to show the committee, who we don't know who our committee is for our comprehensive exam. And so you walk into your qualifying exam not knowing who's gonna be there, so you're like, well shoot, if like Professor Carter's there, he's gonna ask me about like protein separation things, and if like other professors are there, they're gonna ask you like completely different parts of chemical engineering, so you're just like, oh my god, okay, I have to prepare like everything, which is stressful in of itself, but we passed it, we're good, we're here, we're fine.
You made it.
We made it, we're good. And so besides that, it's just been like a whirlwind of trying to like have time to do fun things and then also do research and do salsa and bachata, or like be involved in like different groups like grad engineering student counselor, like the women's chemical engineering group and like grad suite. And so definitely a whirlwind of just being like, all right, I'm in a new place. I need to like figure out like who are my people, and then what the hell is like UVA actually about? Like what is like Charlottesville like has to offer? Like what is here? But then also trying to stay sane. So it's been definitely a whirlwind of 2 years, but like I really love Charlottesville, and it's been a really good experience so far. And like I love my department, my program. Like our department chair is super like supportive of just like different groups and like building up the community of chemical engineering and just making sure that like everyone feels like safe and supported and part of that like broader like chemical engineering like group. And so it's definitely very good. Like I'm very happy with my decision to move all the way from Oregon to come and do grad school in Virginia, because like for me I was like, who moves to Virginia? Like I moved to Virginia, like who does that? And everyone else is just like, yeah, like you West Coaster, like what are you doing out here? And I'm like, I like the grad school. So yeah, it's definitely been a crazy 2 years so far, but I wouldn't change anything. It's been great.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been having a great time here.
Yes, I've been finding like my dancing spots. I've been finding like where I can go hiking. I love hiking. Yeah, like I love the people in my program, and it's just, yeah, there's a lot of really good things here.
Okay, on our second to last sauce now. This is Dave's Insanity Sauce. So, I remember from the last episode this being pretty spicy, but I think we're gonna have a good time. So let's just try it out.
Okay.
Oh, yikes. Oh no.
Oh god. Water doesn't help it. Oh god.
That was a real yikes for me.
Oh god.
Oh, I made a mistake.
Oh god. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Maybe that helps a little bit.
The very back of my throat.
Yeah, right? Oh my god,
This is
that's
on fire.
Me too.
Oh my god. I don't know if I can see the video, but I'm like sweating right now.
Yeah. It hurts to breathe.
There's one after this. What did I do?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the question now. Before it gets any worse.
Oh.
So, Bev, you're involved in a lot of organizations here at UVA, including the Science Policy Initiative. Can you tell us a little bit how you first got into science policy and how you think an organization like SBI can help affect science policy-based decisions?
Oh, maybe. Okay, so I literally can't talk right now. Okay, so science policy is really good and helpful to like help scientists convey what they do in the lab to the everyday person. Okay. So it's really good to, oh fuck. I'm just gonna keep eating my ranch. Woo. Oh god.
That's good. Keep going. You got this.
Okay, so like yeah, scientists, we are not versed at all in like policy, like DC, Capitol Hill, like jargon and everything. Like we're just trying to understand our jargon in our fields and everything, but yeah, so the Science Policy Initiative, like started by Michaela, like Michaela, you're great. And Courtney, like oh my gosh, has really been good to kind of like bring into UVA and the grad student population just how we can get our science out to the general population, the general public. Oh god, I'm really struggling. Whew.
You got this.
Okay. And so, yeah, they've done great about like having workshops and everything and how to like make change and like cause an impact. And so like I joined engineering because because I wanted to like help others and like make an impact and like make sure that my science, whatever I was doing, was like bettering the lives of people around me. And so science policy is just like another avenue for us to do that. So yeah, our PhD work is great and our lab work is great and it's gonna cause change in a different way, but we don't have the policy in place for us to actually then take our science to the next level, or if we're not working with communities to understand like what they actually need versus like what we think that they need, then we're not gonna have the impact that we think that we could have. Oh god. So science policy is, well, that's why I got involved in the Science Policy Initiative here, because I just wanted to make sure that I knew all of the ways that I could be helping others and really getting the knowledge out there. So that's how I got involved and why I'm continuing to kind of try and get other people involved and kind of help try and push it forward.
Awesome. Great answer. I love it.
Thanks.
You did great.
Oh god.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come.
All right, Bev.
Yeah.
We've taken a little bit of time to recover
Yep.
from that last one.
Still lightheaded this time.
Yeah, but we're at the last one, finally.
Oh.
This is Dave's ghost pepper sauce.
Which I would like to mention, it is insane plus.
Yeah, the last one was just insane plus.
Just, and we still died.
Yeah. So,
Oh god.
it's not gonna eat itself, so let's do it.
Okay. Oh, we'll be back. Wow, okay.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask the question right away so I don't have to suffer through it.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, Bev. My question for you,
Uh-huh.
last one, is what do you love most about Charlottesville?
Not this currently. Oh god. I think a couple of things. Like it's just a combination of just like hiking, the good people that are here, salsa bachata, Oh god, just like all the things like UVA has to offer. So I think cumulatively, oh wait, no, I'm gonna change my answer.
Oh, okay.
Besides the hot sauce y'all are forcing me to eat with this, Charlottesville has like such good food. Oh. But it's like restaurant week in Charlottesville when you get like a 3-course meal, because like never do I ever pay for a 3-course meal. Ever, especially on a grad student stipend. But during restaurant week, when you can get a 3-course meal, like reasonably priced, and like eat good food, it's like trying to like block out the pain in my mouth currently with the great food of like the last restaurant week I went to. Yeah. Yeah, the food hiking, and like definitely great people. I think those are like my favorite things about Charlottesville, because like, again, before I moved here,
Oh no,
before I
really
moved
building
here,
up.
oh god, that helped me. Before I moved here, coming from Oregon, I was like, I don't know where Charlottesville is. Like, I don't know like where I'm going. Like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Like, yeah, Charlottesville definitely. I came on a visit and I was like, oh, this is really nice. Like I could like see myself going here. It's like slowly seeping its way down into my throat and everything. I came to visit and I was like, wow, like I really like it. It's just a very, very homey feeling. And everything, yeah. So there's more good things.
I take that for an answer. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
What else could you need?
Exactly. I'm not gonna waste any more time, but we made it. Got through all 8 wings and hot sauces.
Yep.
The last thing for you to do, and do you have any shout outs you'd like to make?
Yeah.
You know, number 1, number 2, number 3. Let everyone know what you got going on. Let the people know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah. First of all, thank you all for inviting me. It's been an honor to come and eat some spicy wings. Thank you for inviting me.
It's been great having you.
Oh god. Also follow our lab, Caliari Lab. We're like at Caliari Lab on Twitter. Good things to do, good things to follow. Keep up with Science Policy Initiative, also on Twitter and Instagram. I'm also part of a Women in Chemical Engineering group, so that more stuff will be coming through social media for that. Yeah, find me in UVA Chemical Engineering. Come see us in the UVA Engineering Open House coming in April. All good things. Also go find other fun videos of me playing softball. They're good. There's one of me getting hit in the face.
More or less painful than this.
This is more painful.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We made it.
We made it. And cut, oh god.
That's a wrap.